Some words about what is this nafs, as our earliest ulama, rahimahumullah, teach us. From the analysis of the Quran and the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sahbihi wasallam, and the words and the experiences of the early Sahaba and the early Salaf, radiyallahu ta'ala anhum wa ardahum ajma'een. And that is, if you will, Islamic psychology. What is my nafs? What is this psyche? What is this nafs? They say, and it is something demonstrative, something that can be rationalized and argued in very strong arguments. That the nafs of ours is comprised of, if you will, states or levels. In each one of us, there are 4 states of the nafs, or 4 manifestations of the nafs. Number 1, they say, النفس البهيمية. النفس البهيمية, or the cattle-like nafs. Like a behemoth. Bahimatul an'am, as Allah Azza wa Jal mentions in the Quran, أولئك كالأنعام بل هم أضل, says Allah Azza wa Jal, describing the kuffar, whose that is anfus and whose hearts were totally veiled at the time. They are like cattle, nay worse, says Allah Azza wa Jal. And in each one of us there is that cattle-like nafs, or state of a nafs. And the cattle pursues, if you will, its happiness by what? Eating, drinking, sleeping, and copulating. Aina. Eating, drinking, sleeping, copulating. You can summarize all of that there. They're all reducible to these 4. Do we have an instinct to eat and to drink and to sleep and to copulate? Do we? Yes. You said no? Of course you do. Everyone has those instincts. Otherwise, you starve to death. Otherwise, human species will not exist. But remember, the point is the cattle that is the focus of its sa'adah. The fulfillment of the sa'adah of a cattle is in cultivating and developing and having more of those and only those in general. When a human being cultivates that part of the self and develops that part of the self until it becomes perhaps overdeveloped, then the person lives a life of a behemoth. Then the nafs of that person is a bahimi nafs, is a nafs that finds its satisfaction in eating, drinking, sleeping, and copulating. And those concepts, of course, in societies are also, and in homes and in communities, are sophisticated and institutionalized and even become philosophies of life. And then the rest, the sophistication of human beings in terms of achieving those instincts, if you will, of that cattle-like nafs, the sophistication will simply sometimes only obscure it to the unfamiliar amongst us. And then we go on developing and cultivating that type of cattle-like nafs in our lives. And then we are interested mostly or only in how to have better food, more food, better drinks and more drinks and types of drinks, ways to sleep and how to sleep and the comfort of different comforts of sleep, and then copulating, which we call sexual freedom, and the parties for what? For more eating and drinking and copulating. And even clubs and meetings and so on, and working hard so that at the end of the weekend, to do what? To satisfy the cattle-like nafs by partying, meaning eating, drinking, sleeping, and copulating, and all types of inventions and of smart ways, if you will, to enhance more of the cattle-like instinct in us. So if I am a cattle-like, if I have a cattle-like nafs, then I shall make, of course, my best to maximize that type of happiness. And human beings exist like that too.